Welcome back, everyone. It is Sunday sit-down time. Joining me tonight needs no introduction, of course, but Tiger Radio Network, Chris Gervino, of course, former ABC 17 sports director as well.
That's
How you doing?
I'm well. You always have to include that, you know.
Yes,
11 years here from 1988 through 99. The good old days, as we say.
Exactly. Well, it's been a year, we were saying, since I had you on. How have you been in the year since we've had you a lot going on?
I feel great. I'm still around, you know, involved with the Mizzou radio work, which is a blast with football and basketball. And here we go again. You know, the first game of the football season is almost like the first day of school for me every year. It's just exciting, and you're anxious and ready to go.
Well, Thursday night kickoff, that was a unique one. I haven't covered a Thursday night kickoff before, but you know, how did you feel like that went overall for the Tigers? You know, kind of mentioned a little bit of a slow start there, but overall, what were your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, you know, it was a slow start, but once they got past the first quarter, they did fine. I thought obviously got better as the game went on, and it was a good victory. They really won it going away from Louisiana Tech, you know, a team they were expected to win, but they did rather convincingly. And I thought, you know, especially what struck me was all the new players, especially the transfers, came in and really did a terrific job, were instrumental in that victory, especially the guys on defense, let alone Nathaniel Pete coming in running on offense.
You know, I was going to bring up those transfers. I mean, how beneficial do you think that was overall for Eli Drinkwitz to hit it just as hard as he did? You know, you have Tyron Hopper, even Joseph Charleston, you know, that pick six. What did you think defensively of those transfers?
Yeah, well, I mean, he obviously saw the problems last year better than anybody, and the defense absolutely had to get better. They brought in the new coordinator, Blake Baker, after Steve Wilkes left. But I thought in particular the three transfers that started at each layer of defense were really sound. Jernigan on the line from Oklahoma State made a lot of plays. And then, of course, the linebacker, Hopper from Florida, I think had a half dozen tackles, a sack, and an interception. And then Joseph Charleston, the safety from Clemson, had the interception return for a touchdown. So you think about it, you bring in these guys that are all from Power 5 schools, Oklahoma State, Florida, Clemson. Last time I checked, those have been three pretty good programs over the years, even recently, too, for the most part. All three of those guys played a lot. And here they are contributing, and it's just what Missouri needed. And then again, you plug in Nathaniel Pete, who's so fast and has so much experience with his days at Stanford. Obviously, I don't know they're going to replace Tyler Beatty in his production of 1,600 yards, but Pete's really quick and strong, and Schrader, the transfer from Truman State, played well. So, you know, kudos to Drinkwitz and his staff for really plugging in some what appeared to be gaping holes at the end of last season.
Well, I'm curious what your thoughts are on that running back room. Do you think it's kind of going to be just a interchangeability there where they're, you know, going to all those three guys that even Elijah Young got some reps in there too? Or do you think they need to kind of pick that clear, defined guy who's going to take most of them?
Well, I think you have to have depth, obviously, at that spot in numbers. Now, again, I say that having watched Tyler Beatty carry the ball like all the time for Missouri, and that was a good thing because he was so good, but you can't expect that again. So I think you'll see a couple of guys at least. I think probably the two that really played predominantly the first game, i.e. Schrader and Pete, will get the bulk of the carries. I believe in Nathaniel Pete quite a bit. I watched him play here at high school at Rockbridge, of course, and then he had his choice in the end. He decided between Stanford and Northwestern. It's not all about the football with him. He is a bright kid.
Oh, yes.
And I just like his speed and his strength, and I was really impressed by Schrader. That's nothing against him. I just hadn't seen him, obviously, over the years as much. But I think, you know, Pete did a lot of things at Stanford. He played. He's here as a senior, so he's got some experience. But I think we'll see at least the two of them pretty regularly going forward. You usually need two backs.
Well, Brady Cook, obviously, that was the big topic of conversation all offseason. That's all anyone could talk about was that quarterback position. Do you think that was a convincing, you know, start there from Brady Cook? Obviously, a lot of bright spots, I thought, for him.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the guys like him on the team a lot, really rally around him. And he's such a smart kid. I mean, he's a 4.0 student, you know, been a business major. Bright guy. It means so much to him to play at the University of Missouri, being from St. Louis. We had him on the radio network postgame show right after the game, and he literally could not stop smiling. I mean, the whole interview we did, he had a smile on his face. I know folks couldn't see that, but take my word for it. And just happy for him. And, you know, he doesn't have to be spectacular, but just be a good, solid player, avoid mistakes. That's so important, you know, at the quarterback spot. And I think they're fine. He's got enough weapons around him now. Luther, Burton, and of course all the other receivers. There's so many. It's much more than just Luther, although he's a good guy to have.
Yeah, for sure.
But Brady's a smart kid, so I think he's going to be just fine. And I wasn't surprised he was the guy they went with, based on what little we had seen and what I had been hearing and seeing in my limited time at practice and a scrimmage before the season.
Well, do you feel like Luther Burden, obviously, the expectations were so high for him from the season? I think, obviously, Drinkwitz is trying to downplay those a little bit. Do you think he came as advertised, though? I know fans like to see the Wildcat out there.
Yeah, no, I thought he did fine. And, obviously Drinkwitz is trying to downplay expectations, but you notice he's given the ball in the Wildcat on a running play, throwing it to him, and he should do all that. So, no, he's a special athlete, and that's why it was such a big deal to get him. Now, you need more than just one wide receiver, to have a winning football season, but I think they've got some good ones around him. You look at Dominic Lovett, of course, and Toski Dove, and Barrett Bannister. I mean, there's a lot of experience there at the wide receiver spot. So not just Luther Burden, but he did make a good first impression.
What do you make of the schedule? I was just going to ask you about that. Obviously it just gets tougher from here on out. You go to Auburn, you go to Gainesville, obviously all tough places to play. But overall, what are your thoughts on what they could come out on the other side with of this schedule?
Well, I mean, think of this: 4 of the next 5 games, right, are Kansas State, Auburn, Georgia, and Florida. 3 of those 4 are on the road, at K-State, at Auburn, at Florida, and oh, by the way, defending national champ Georgia is here October 1st at Faurot Field. So it's a stretch, and first things first, this game with K-State's really a pivotal game. The Wildcats beat South Dakota 34-0 Saturday night. They've got an experienced quarterback. Adrian Martinez, transferred from Nebraska, was a 4-year starter there, 3-year captain, set all kinds of offensive records for the Huskers, can run and throw. And then their running back, Deuce Vaughn, a consensus All-American, 1,400 yards and 18 touchdowns. So Missouri's defense, new-look defense, will be challenged. So, but it's a pivotal game because I liken it to last year, and I was thinking and saying before the season, maybe even with you on this show, I thought there were really a couple of key September games for Missouri last year, Kentucky and Boston College. And unfortunately, much like this Kansas State game, which I think is pivotal, those were on the road. Missouri was close in both, lost at Kentucky by a touchdown, lost at Boston College in overtime. And I just think those are games that don't determine your season, but are pivotal in terms of the trajectory you have and what could be really positive momentum going forward with a win. And then if not, you look back and say, man, if only you'd gotten that game or those 2 games, where would they have been last year? 6 wins was good. They rallied late to get there, but they could have won 7 or 8, obviously, if they pick off 1 or both of those close calls on the road. K-State's a lot like that. I think Missouri's going to be an underdog going to K-State. 50,000 seat stadium, not that big, but I've been there many times. Fans are loud and right on top of the Tigers. So this will be a great test. I'm really looking forward. It'll be like the old days, going back to the Little Apple.
I was going to say, it's a throwback, kind of a throwback rivalry game, a little bit, right?
It is, and there'll be a lot of fans there. I know, I'll be at an event in Kansas City Thursday night. There's a lot of excitement there around this game because Missouri and K-State have not met in football since the Tigers were in the Big 12. So it's been, at least 10 years now since they've played. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I mean, that is going to be a loud crowd, a great environment. Missouri will get used to that because, as you know, the SEC stadiums are even bigger and in some cases louder. But this will be a really good early test for the Tigers.
Well, you'll be on the sidelines for that game, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to I'll be there, too, so I'll see you there.
I'll see you there. Sounds like a plan.
We'll meet up. Well, thanks for coming on tonight.
My pleasure. Always good to come back to ABC 17.
We love it when you come back. Thank you again. For the rest of you guys, we'll be right back after the break.